Good afternoon to everyone joining us today. Parents, relatives, staff members, and students of Vincent Massey Collegiate's graduating class of 2021. Bon après-midi à tous, parents, proches, membres du personnel et étudiants de l'Institut collégial Vincent Massey de la classe de 2021. My name is Michael Zarichta, and it's an honor to represent this truly remarkable class of graduates as valedictorian. J'aimerais commencer mon discours en remerciant tous ceux et celles qui sont présents aujourd'hui, que ce soit ici en personne ou en ligne, et aussi souligner la présence de notre directeur, Mr. Riffle, et nos directrices adjointes, Ms. Bracken et Mme Denis. Additionally, I would like to take a moment to thank all of the other staff members that work in this building, including our teachers, administrative staff, educational assistants, custodians, and cafeteria ladies, who have worked tirelessly to keep the school running smoothly and make our graduation possible. Sans eux, moi et le reste des étudiants de la classe de 2021 ne seraient pas ici aujourd'hui, enfin prêts à commencer le prochain chapitre de nos vies. Nos dernières années scolaires étaient parmi les plus difficiles que nous avons affrontées, mais grâce aux efforts collectifs du personnel et des étudiants, nous avons pu avoir une expérience unique et mémorable au secondaire. As I reflected upon our time at Vincent Massey, I asked myself, how would one even begin to describe the unprecedented and unforgettable high school experience the class of 2021 has gone through? Would you begin by describing the transition from in-school to online learning, including all the Teams meetings, YouTube lessons, and online quizzes? Maybe you would start by mentioning all the experiences that you've missed out on, whether it's simply seeing your friends every day, competing in your athletic discipline, performing in a concert, or volunteering at your favorite organization. But maybe you'll remember how the pandemic hit you even harder than that. Maybe someone close to you got sick. Maybe you were desperate to visit an ill family member, but you weren't allowed. Or maybe you even lost someone. The COVID-19 pandemic has undoubtedly taken away a piece of ourselves one way or another. Not only have we been physically split apart, but our communities have been more divided than ever. These divisions are difficult to repair and even more difficult to forget. So maybe that's what will stick with you. On the other hand, perhaps you would focus on the silver lining of the circumstances. Maybe you found school less stressful. Maybe you were able to pursue the hobbies you never had the time for, or maybe you were finally able to simply kick back and take care of yourself. And even though the pandemic has affected each and every one of us in different ways, we, the class of 2021, have pulled together to achieve the remarkable feat of graduating amidst these uncertain times. I like to think of our years at school as the construction of our own individual boats as we prepare to set sail into the real world. With each experience we learn from, in or out of school, we are solidifying our characters and adding the materials that enable us to adapt to changing conditions. The construction process starts with our parents and caretakers as they build the frame that gives us the potential to achieve anything. For that reason, I want to take the time to thank my incredible mom who has loved and supported me through everything as she gave me a hug every morning before I left for school. And to my dad and to my uncle who have taught me so many valuable life skills as I've learned to drive, to cook, or to pay my taxes. So fellow students, take the time to acknowledge the efforts your parents and caretakers have made for you. They've raised us, nourished us, kept us safe all these years, and have provided us with the opportunity to realize our potential. Whether that meant getting up early every morning to make us breakfast, driving us to school every day, staying up late to help us with those last-minute assignments, and everything else that goes unmentioned. A sincere thank you goes out to you. As we began our journey at Vincent Massey, I noticed how everyone in this building was willing to shoulder the responsibilities of preparing us for the next step. There are many things that make this school so great, from our incredible art and athletic programs to our sense of pride and community. But if I were to give a potential student a single reason to attend Vincent Massey, it would be for the amazing staff at this school. The people in this building have refined, polished, and filled in our cracks so that we may be ready to stay afloat on our own. We've had nothing but excellent teachers over the last few years who have consistently challenged us to become better students and better people. Teachers like Dr. Carroll, the chemistry expert, Mr. Stevenson, the math wizard, Miss McMurray, the psychology specialist, and Mr. Brown, with his seemingly endless number of physics quizzes, have all pushed me beyond my capabilities as a student to prepare me for the next level in my education. Teachers like Ms. Keith and support staff like Mr. Betwenge or Ms. Trimble demonstrated every day what it means to be kind and patient with one another. And teachers like Ms. Turnbull, head of the peer tutoring program, have shown me the importance of working together to solve problems. So students of the graduating class, take the time to think of the incredible staff members at Vincent Massey that you've had the chance to work with and learn from. How have they impacted you? And although the people in our lives have shaped who we are and have taught us so much, it's the experiences we've had together over the last few years and the challenges that we've been able to overcome that have set us on the path for new destinations. When I first started at Vincent Massey back in grade 10, I remember being amazed by the amount of talent within these walls. The students here always competed at the highest level in every domain. We've witnessed inspiring musical performances through our various music programs and incredible displays of art through our art and photography programs. We've seen amazing performances from the drama, improv, dance, and musical theater programs, and we've assembled countless unbeatable sports teams through our Life Skills program at Special Olympics and the Vincent Massey Athletic Department. But not only did we compete, but we also made a difference in each other's lives and in the lives of many people in our community through programs and clubs like Student Council, Key Club, UNESCO, Peer Tutoring, the Green Team, Youth and Philanthropy, and Diversify. Looking back at everything we've been able to achieve, which moments are you going to take with you on your journey forward? Which memories will you cherish, and which experiences have taught you the lessons to prepare you to take on future challenges? Fortunately for us, these questions are easy to answer because each of us was able to find a place where we belong. I found my place here as a peer tutor and as a soccer player, and I'll always remember the times I spent with the people in those places. I'll remember the times I spent laughing at Mr. Shaw's jokes during practices with my teammates or blasting music on the car rides to games. But I'll also remember how we learned to fight for every ball and how we had to be resilient in defeat to have any chance of winning the next game. I'll also look back at my tutoring sessions at lunch in room 115 where I learned what it meant to support one another. I'll remember the late night FaceTime calls before every test or exam as we stressed about what kind of questions would appear, but also the relief, satisfaction, and pride that came with succeeding together. All of these memories we cherish, experiences we lived, and lessons we learned at school are the supplies and tools packed into our boats that we will rely on as we continue our journeys forward. But before we move forward, it's important to look back one final time with pride at how we've been able to successfully adapt to our new reality. Our last 2 years of high school have been physically, mentally, and emotionally demanding on all of us as we have worked tirelessly to overcome the challenges of the pandemic. We've each had our own hardships to overcome, but in doing so, we've become more independent and more resilient than previously imaginable as we move forward into the next step of our educations, careers, and ambitions. Through it all, whether 6 feet or several miles apart, we've stayed connected, and we've united together to follow all of the rules, guidelines, and regulations implemented to keep us safe. We've been forced to weather an unprecedented storm that will forever leave its mark in history, but we finally made it here today. Alors, étudiants de la classe de 2021, soyez fiers de ce que vous avez accompli au cours de vos années ici à Vincent Massey. Soyez fiers des obstacles que vous avez surmontés et soyez fiers que vous serez maintenant capable à s'adapter à n'importe quelle situation pour relever les défis du futur. Nos années au secondaire ne se sont pas déroulées comme prévu, mais au moins nous avons vécu l'imprévisibilité qui nous attend dans nos aventures de l'avenir. Now that it's finally time to set sail into the oceans before us, we, the class of 2021, will not only stay afloat, but we will be ready to navigate the unknown and surmount every wave, knowing that we have been built strong and capable by our experiences and by each other in our time together at Vincent Massey. Now the only thing left for you to do is to decide just exactly where you want to go. But keep in mind that difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Thank you.